What do you think my favorite indie show of all time is? Is it The Amazing Digital Circus? No. What about The Gaslight District? No. Hell of a Boss? No. Has Been a Hotel? Hell no. It's not an indie show, so it doesn't count for my favorite indie show. My true favorite indie show is... But why is this so? Well, first of all, Anna and Uzi. Yeah, I know, I'm basic for liking the main characters, but, I like them. They're cute. Not only do they have amazing color theory, nice one there, Mr. Vickers, but also, their personalities mesh so well with each other. There's even a video that I would love to show you which describes their personalities so well, but I don't want to get copyrighted, so I'll explain it myself. N is a golden retriever of a murder drone. He is kind, he's so nice, and I would love to invite him to a tea party with him, Jax, Rocky from Lackadaisy, Angel Dust, and Diligence. Wait a minute. Meanwhile, Uzi is the person who I'd want to invite to a blunt rotation. She's very, well, as the community puts it, she is an emo grape. So yeah, she's very angsty. And she is very emo. She's the kind of person to build a photo-atomic railgun and bring it to school so she can show it off. Not only do these characters complement each other in both color and personality, but also sexuality. That doesn't make sense. Point is, these two want to... Wait, how do these drones reproduce? I may need to make a video on that. Point is, these are some of the few robots I wouldn't call clankers. I mean, I might be calling V&J something, but it's not at all similar to that word in any form. The next best thing I like about this show is the absolutely astounding animation. In episode 1 and 2, it is a bit rough, I'll be honest, but holy hell. Compare that to episode 4 and it's like comparing a child's drawing to a drawing from a professional artist. The leap in quality is amazing, and that is in no small part to Kevin Tematunes. This legendary animator is the lead animator of all of Glitch's 3D animated shows ever since Murder Drones episode 4. He has been the lead animator for every Glitch project, except for Knights of Guinevere and the yet to be released at the time of recording, Gamerverse. And about his past works, I get the implication that he wouldn't want to openly talk about them. But again, holy hell, the animation in episode 4 is amazing. If you think this is the peak of animation for the show, then you would be dead wrong. Behold! Episode 8. Not only does this have the best anime fight of all time, feel free to fight me on this in the comments because remember, engagement, but holy hell did Glitch outdo themselves with this one. I want to eat it. Speaking of which, Sin. Dear God, is she so silly, yet so threatening. She's not only autism incarnate because the VA was method acting, but also she is so terrifying because the eldritch threat capable of destroying the world in the equivalent of a blink of an eye. And as well as making the murder vampire robots to eat humans and clear the way on the next planet too. Also, she can have the low sodium option to her meals. This is an omnipotent threat who takes nothing seriously and plays with her food. And I feel like she would have won if she, for a lack of a better phrase, locked in. The entire fight in episode 8, she was just playing with her food. She was just ripping out her enemies' hearts and torturing them both physically and mentally. She rips out Uzi's heart and gives N PTSD. Loverly. And need I mention the callback ping scene? She is so terrifying, so threatening, and she is so silly. Or is the Absolute Solver so silly? Since the Absolute Solver is the one controlling the skin-walking innocent little autism goober? Or did Sin always act like this? As in, she always narrated herself whenever she needed to move around. I have so many questions about the series, but I'm sure the fans can answer that with all their AUs. Holy hell, are the fans something, because they are obsessed with making AUs. In this sentence, the fans have already made 10 more. Scratch that. 11 more. Scratch that. 110 more. And if I were to recommend a few, the first would be Murder Drones Unresolved. It's essentially Murder Drones Season 2, because Lord knows we're getting that. It's made by an artist called Tsukiyo, who makes rather infamous art in the Murder Drones community. If you know, you know. Next we have the very wholesome and very happy AU known as Murder Drones Panic. You know, the one where N eats Uzi's heart out, literally. You know, I wonder if this was at all inspired by that one scene in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. You may know the one. This one was made by AJDiSpirito. It features Cousin Nico.
Let's go bowling.
Sorry, wrong one. I meant Nico Yichi from One Shot. Sorry, crap. I mean N, who's renamed to Cousin Nico. God, I mean just Nico. And if you want something less inside the canon, may I suggest choosing AUs like Drones of the Deep and Mafia Drones. I'll make you an offer you cannot refuse. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quickfire round with the rest of the things I absolutely adore from this show, because if I don't, we'll be here forever. So let's go! I love the music made by AJDiSpirito. This guy has been doing Glitch's OSTs since the Metarunner days, as well as Sunset Paradise, and he's been popping up bop after bop. My favorite one of them all is the track called Bite Me. No, that is literally the song name. Next, the writing. Liam Vickers made an incredulous story with a great plot and characters. And some people say that it has some plot holes, but I don't see any. I think this lightning round may have been a bit unnecessary, but I wanted to mention these things anyway. And finally, I need to mention something of extreme importance. Shipping in the Murder Drones community. Love it or hate it, you will know about it. And I need you to quickly run down all the different ships from canon / mostly canon to forbidden. Canon from / mostly canon, let's go! And first up, Nuzi. These two are the only confirmed couple in the show, and they are mandatory, or not, for anyone who likes Murder Drones to have on their ship folder. Next up, Vizzy, the ship between V and Lizzie. These two are the prom queens of the Murder Drones universe because yas queen, oh my god, Queen Slay! And finally, there's Jessa, that one being between Tessa, who in hindsight I haven't really talked about much in this video, and Jay, who I also haven't mentioned much. But yeah, it's just a girl and her robot. Nothing tragic about this theory. Why would there be? Next up, the implied but not canon in the end ones. Those being Blood Pink, the ship between Doll and Lizzie, more characters who I didn't mention, and there's Thuzy, which is Thad and Uzi. They had some romantic tension at the start, but after episode 3, Uzi has the hots for the man who killed her mum. And then there's Oil Rose, which to summarize, is toxic Yuri between J and V. And then there's the forbidden ships. For example, almost any ship with Sin / the Absolute Solver. Just no. Especially if N, Uzi, V, or J. Sin is practically a little baby goober. This includes ships between J and N or J and Uzi. Just no. But there is one ship that is more canon than all these combined. One that was confirmed at the start of the series. That one being between one of the main villains and an inanimate object. That one is Ink Rose. But what is Ink Rose? Well, It is the ship between Jay and JC Jensen branded pants. Now, why did I make this video? Did I make this video just so I could talk about my favorite indie show of all time, show off the reasons why I'm still single, and talk about murder drone ships without being judged?